The Swiss call this cheese fromage d'alpage, which means cheese from the high mountain pastures.
Hello everybody. Because this tournament is 7 rounds, I figured I'd do a deck building video to start it off with. Just because that will ensure that the 2 videos that I split the first 7 rounds up into will be equal. So we're playing this Murloc deck, really cheesy Murloc deck, and we're just going to recreate it and go through these steps. So we got our Warlock first step. The reason we do Warlock for the Murloc aggro deck is because of life tap. That life tap just means you have constant possibility of just drawing 2 cards a turn if you really need it. That's something you're going to be doing most of the time late game. So we'll just go through all the cards that are in the deck as we set it up here. So we run 2 Soulfires, and this is good because you're going to be in a situation a lot where you're drawing a card and just playing it every turn. So you're going to often have an empty hand, and if you have an empty hand, then Soulfire is a free 4 damage. So this is 4 damage that's just going to fly right past any taunters your opponent may have. So that's quite useful. We don't run Mortal Coil, and we don't run Power Overwhelming in this version of the deck. Other Murloc decks do run those cards though, so there's something to keep an eye out for. You might want to try them in your version of the deck. I only run 1 Flame Imp, just because I needed room, and he was the best thing to drop, I find. That 3 damage can be quite a bit in certain situations. I'm going to look at possibly dropping other cards to get back a Flame Imp, but for right now, just running the 1 Flame Imp. We run 2 Voidwalkers. Some Murloc decks don't run the Voidwalker, and I think that's kind of a shame. He's got a nice damage profile, right? Stat line, 1 to 3. It'll mean he can often take a big hit to just give you that 1 extra turn. Right, so, you know, if you have him out, you're immune to Leroy for a turn, for instance. So Voidwalker, I find that he's solid value, even though he's not played very often in these kinds of decks. Demon Fire is something I don't run, but I've seen other people run it. Succubus, something that I'm considering running. I mean, it's got a really nice stat line, and again, that discard a random card isn't so bad if you're able to dump your hand, right, before playing it. What else do we run? We run a Doomguard, a single Doomguard. So again, this is a discard downside, which won't necessarily be that big of a downside when you play this deck. So I currently run just the 1 Doomguard, considering a second. He does some good work for me in this tournament, though. Okay, so now we're on to the neutrals, right? So nothing here. We definitely run 2 Grimscale Oracles. Beautiful card, 1/1/1. Gives other Murlocs +1 attack. Sometimes the timing of dropping this guy can be a bit wonky, but he's a solid Murloc choice. Leper Gnome is just classic aggro. Like, why wouldn't you run that in this kind of an aggro deck? Murloc Raider is not a great Murloc, but he is a Murloc, and that's his biggest strength, right? It's actually that species line. Because he's a Murloc, he's able to get those buffs from the other Murlocs, as well as buff other guys, like the Tidecaller. Tidecaller is an extremely effective turn 1 play. Turn 1 Murloc Tidecaller into a Tidehunter ends up granting you a 3/2, a 2/1, and a 1/1 on the second turn. That's very strong. Not to mention if you're able to coin out something like a Grimscale, that's beautiful. I mean, that could be a 5/3 on turn 2. We run 2 Young Priestesses in this deck in lieu of Blood Imps, because Blood Imps are not as good anymore. Because they have the same effect as the Young Priestess, but they're 0/1s that are stealth. I find the ability of the Young Priestess to bring the aggro to be quite useful. Currently not running Acidic Swampus, but considering subbing them in somewhere. Just because weapons like Fire War Axe can be a huge problem for this deck. Bluegill's beautiful burst damage and is also a Murloc. Oops. Knife Juggler, very good with the amount of creatures that this deck can push out. When I've had 2 Knife Jugglers on the deck, on the board rather, you can see some crazy knives being thrown when the Tidehunters come in and generate 2 creatures, right? So Tidehunter is good because it's 2 Murloc bodies. Loot Hoarder for the draw. I would probably drop one of these in favor of a Nat Pagel if I had one, but I currently do not. We're also running 1 Arcane Golem, just the 1, for purposes of ending the game. I've had some issues with the Arcane Golem because it really helps the 2 strongest decks in the current meta, which is Warrior and Druid. Both of those love the mana acceleration this thing can bring. so it ends up just sitting in my hand as a game finisher, which isn't that effective, I don't think. So yeah, we run that. We don't run the Cold Light Oracle. I don't find it effective. Cold Light Seer is not terribly effective, but there's been some games where it's been absolutely effective. So he's a bit of a wild card. I would dump him if you see him in your opening hand, though. I don't do that in this tournament because this is sort of where I learned about dumping this guy in the opening hand. Anything on this page? Nope. 3 cards left. 2 Morlock War Leaders. War Leaders can be game ending. You can just find them, drop them, and win the game. It's pretty amazing. And what is our last card? Oh, of course. The leader of the pack, Old Murkai. So you get Old Murkai for crafting or pulling all the other Murlocs. So, despite the fact that he is legendary, he's sort of like a pseudo-legendary, because you don't have to pull him, and you don't have to spend dust to make him. So, I still consider this a fairly budget deck. I mean, there are like 2 Murloc War Leaders, which are epics, but I think that's it for epics. So, I mean, this is pretty strong. This is your highest crafting cost guy in the game. But yeah, I think this is a fairly solid deck. And we'll be taking it into the MLG Swiss tournament, which I'm going to append to the end of this video. I go all the way to top 16, but I won't spoil where I finish in the top 16. Alright, have fun with the video, guys. Alright, we're going into our first bracket here of the Friday Night Swiss. This is fine. Remember to always be manner. MRGLRGLMRGLMRRRLGGG. MRGLRGLMRRRLGGG. That is the deck we are playing. Hopefully the overlay is working and you should be seeing the deck on the side here. Yes, I am playing the most despised deck of all, a Warlock Murloc deck. Just didn't have the time to put anything else together. Didn't have the time to grind up the cards I needed for updating the Secrets deck. But, let's see what we got here. This is pretty weak. This is pretty weak. We'll throw back these, keep the Hoarder. I think that's the right play. Shaman's an okay matchup for us. This is interesting. The Golem is later game stuff, right? And going first is a little bit awkward. Leper Gnome. That's fine. Let's throw the Gnome out. Get this action going. The music is the Taverns of Azeroth soundtrack, which is a little thing put out by Blizzard. Alright, so we go Knife Juggler this turn, next turn those 2. Get maximum knife value, right? That's what we want. We want that sick knife value. Of course, lightning storms are a huge problem. Forked lightning is a problem. Harvest Golem, not as much a problem. Cold Light Seer, okay, we don't even have any Murlocs out, so we're just doing this. And we're just playing straight up aggro. So he might do this trade, which is going to be favorable to him, but we're doing damage to the face. Lightning Storm, ouch. Well played. Knife Juggler, okay, that's pretty good. Old Murkai. So we could actually throw Murkai out, and then next turn Cold Light and Knife Juggler. I think that's what we're gonna do. Right, this will make make Murkai a 2/6, which is quite durable, and we'll get a dagger out of it, which is nice. Yeah, he's. I'd be curious if he did that, since he has the healing totem, right? And this guy's gonna become a 2/3. Okay, that is his choice in the matter here. So I actually want to kill this, so that my knife can have better value. Because ideally it's hitting him, right? Oh. That sucks. Well, we got some nice plays next turn. Probably do Arcane Golem, and then whatever else we have. Just set it up for the Doomguard coming in. Okay, Tuzdingo. Something we're gonna have to clear. Okay, that's fine. Tide Collar. Okay. We're actually gonna do a draw here. Voidwalker. So we can play all this, which is kind of nice, but it's still a problem to get through testing, though. I mean, we will get that charge off on our Arcane Golem. So we'll do like that and that. We just need to get that damage in. Maybe that wasn't right in the order we did it. But that's okay. Because we got this nice Doomguard play to come up. We got the Voidwalker to protect. What do we got here? Alright, 1 damage, silence, that's fine I guess. It's not the greatest thing in the universe, but... He's still a Murloc, right? Or does he lose the Murloc text? I don't even know. That's something I don't even know. Okay. This is okay, because we can play it all, right? I think we're pretty solid. I mean, he's got 6 hit points. We've got a really beefy demon that can do 5. I mean, we'll probably draw a Soulfire, maybe a Bluegill. I mean, we got 2 Bluegills, 2 Soulfires in there, right? We've got pretty good chances to draw them. Flame Tongue is, you know, not the greatest thing in the universe that happened to me. He will be able to focus down my Doomguard if he wants, but that's going to be at a huge cost to him. And he's choosing not to right now, so I'm thinking he might have a Hex. Oh, he is going to focus it down. Oh, and a card. It's going to be Flame Burst, okay. I mean, I just need to get a little bit more damage through. Not a whole lot. If this is a blocker, though, that's such an issue. Okay, we got the Hunter. Let's see what we can draw. Grimscale's pretty nice. So I guess we blow that up, drop the Grimscale, and then we... Actually, we can win this turn, can't we? Because this guy's going to boost up. I think he'll have 1 hit point, actually. I didn't bother to run the math at this very second. So he's going to be at 1. We have to do 1 damage. I don't think that's going to be too hard. Again, Soulfire and Bluegill Warriors are available at some point. What to do indeed. I mean, a 6-2 is nice, but when you only have 1 hit point, you're going to have to protect quite a bit there. Bum bum bum. Okay, Totem. He's probably going for the blocker, which he didn't get, which is great for me. Well played. And I drew the card I needed anyway. GG, well playing. Good luck in your next round. Alright, going into our match here against Badger. He was complaining about Murlocs in TeamSpeak at the beginning of the tournament. He's probably not going to like this. He's playing a Druid, which as long as we don't let him get into the late game, we should be fine. What do we do? I think we keep this, actually. That's a shitty draw for the first hand here. Ooh, this is nice because I've got the guy to protect. Alright, so he's gonna power up. Is he gonna go into the wall or no? Okay, so this is an easy turn. We really need to get the leader up, or the oracle to get the health to fight off swipes. Harvest Golem's fine. It's gonna take him 2 attacks into the guy to get rid of him. Got another taunt. But I think we go War Leader. And we just continue the assault. Alright, so now these guys will survive swipes. Well, this guy will survive a swipe. This guy will probably be targeted by a swipe. Yeah, this is gonna be swipe. Yeah. That's fine. So we got this nice play next turn. Lots of daggers going at people's faces. Wrath, okay. He's gonna draw the card, that's fine. I mean, we're just accelerating into our Doom Guard. So probably not next turn, but the turn after we'll get a chance to Doom Guard. We might Doom Guard next turn if we really need him for some reason. But he already innervated, and he innervated into just a Wrath, which is not a big deal. Okay, and he's just gonna go into the dude there? Yeah, okay. And then I guess he's gonna do this trade here. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Oh, and then the Wrath. Okay, so I mean, the Cold Light Seer is not nearly as valuable anymore, but if we draw like a good... Well, sometimes you speak too soon. Sometimes you get lots of value. Hopefully we get a 1-drop, then we can 1-drop, and then Doom Guard. That's our best next turn. What's he gonna go after? My face? It's interesting. I'm kind of surprised at that, actually. Especially with no follow-up. So that's actually a great 1-drop. Then Doom Guard. So this guy's super durable, right? He's going to survive most things. Even if he directs like all his damage at him, like with a Starfall or a Starfire, he'll survive, which is really nice. He's also good for breaking through any kind of a big taunter. Is that going to be a heal? Yeah, it's going to be a heal. Yeah, that's fine. You know, we just continue the assault. Ooh, that's nice. Like, look at this. This is so much damage. He's at 2. Not sure how you get out of this situation. So we're going into our third round of the Swiss round here. We're 2-0. And we are taking the Morlocks to victory over our hated enemies, the non-sea living creatures of the world. So we're going against a priest. Priest is not a big deal. I mean, they have heals, but I'm going to do more damage than he can heal. Probably. Alright, so Tide Collar's nice early. And then next turn double, yeah, and that's good. It's good. It's a little bit weak insofar as it's 3 1-drops, but I think that should be fine. And I think I do coin out the Murloc Raider. I think that's the right choice. Just get that damage going earlier. That's fine. It's our draw. Loot Hoarder. Okay, that's fine. So I think we go Tide Hunter, and then next turn we go Grimscale and Looter. So I mean, he just spent a 3-mana card on a 1-mana card. That's pretty good for us. Ooh, Pyromancer. Is he gonna be able to get it off? Powered Shield. Okay. This might be our downfall here. Got a nice taunter though. I think we taunt and draw. And that's the correct play. So that's good, because we can get some healing up, but we really need to get rid of this Pyromancer. This is a huge problem. Like, I don't think we can beat a Pyromancer that's been healed up with a Divine Shield on him. Okay, that's good, because we can potentially take him out. Oh, no. Young Priestess. Okay. Okay, we got the Charger. That's really what we needed. Like, there's no way we can let that guy stay alive. Okay. So, really interesting deck. Just because nobody plays this kind of thing anymore. It's not to say it's bad, it's just not in the meta. I mean, obviously it's not bad because it's doing quite well, at least against me. So I think we go Young Priestess, Grimscale, Cold Light. Okay. Yikes. This guy is rough. He is hurting my feelings. Okay, so we can go like this, and get out our Murkai, take out that priest. Actually start getting some damage in on him. Thing is, we're vulnerable to another Holy Nova, and we're out of cards. We have to start digging with our life. Oh, wow. Okay, and then he's probably gonna kill old Murkai, right? No, right to me? Well, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, Circle of Healing. I didn't even see that happen. Okay, so we need another card. Loot Hoarder. So we pray for this knife. RNGesus, do it. Yes. Ragnaros, jeez. Hit this guy. No, hit me, that's a problem. So I really don't have much to deal with Ragnaros, right? I just gotta flood the board and go right for the guy's face as much as possible. Just give him these alternate targets, so... I'm pretty sure we lost this game because we didn't do triple carrot, which is my preferred status here, is triple carrot. Ouch, faceless manipulator. Alright. We just didn't get enough aggro out in this guy. Jeez. So this is the argument for twisting nether, right? Like, twisting nether could theoretically save me here. Okay, as long as it's not my face. Those are fine. Murloc War Leader and Knife Juggler. So we go Knife Juggler, Murloc War Leader. We keep the beats going. Like, there's this absolutely minuscule chance that we can win, right? Just from aggro. So that's why we're still in this and haven't given up. He does it to the Murloc War Leader, interesting. And he... See, I think I disagree with that play, like, a lot, because if he had just, did the 2 damage with the Clerics, he could have probably guaranteed a victory against me. Oh, but now he's... Okay.